Welcome back to Living 808. The next episode of Empowered Hawaii is airing tonight on KHON2, and this one's focused all around tourism. And joining me to talk about it is my co-host of Empowered Hawaii, Jeff Michalina. Aloha, Jeff.
Aloha, Kelly.
Okay, so before we talk about tonight's episode, let's talk a bit about what Empowered Hawaii is.
So we've been going on a journey to Hawaii's sustainable future, looking at everything from how we're recycling in Hawaii to local ag, climate resiliency, and now diving into some of those impacts that tourists unfortunately bring to our state.
Yeah, and they do bring quite a bit.
They do, and it's often not what we see. You know, we know overcrowded beaches and roads, but a lot of the impact is carbon emissions from traveling, from activities on the ground. In fact, there's a UH study that showed that visitors have about 4 times the carbon footprint as a local resident. So real significant impacts.
Yeah, definitely. And when it comes to, of course, the traveling, though, jet emissions, that's the biggest thing. And that doesn't just apply to tourists, right? It's also residents that are traveling to and from the state. So I think everyone's going to be really interested in this episode because, again, it impacts all of us, but also because of the really exciting things that are on the horizon in terms of reducing these emissions.
Exactly, and that's what surprised me the most, is seeing how quickly this stuff is coming. From jet fuel made out of trash or from air to new types of aircraft that will be able to fly us around without the emissions that we've historically had. So really, really exciting things. And some local companies doing great work.
Yeah, and by the way, you did hear that correctly. Jet fuel out of air. It's pretty mind-blowing. So really cool things. And then, of course, once the tourists actually come to the island, some alternate ways that they can get around that are eco-friendly as well.
Yep, we got to take a ride on a electric trolley that some folks have probably seen in Waikiki. Quiet, zero emission. And then got to do some stuff on the ground that was giving back.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that's really cool to see too, because in terms of that program, which of course you'll see more of on the episode tonight, it's exciting that tourists are actually wanting to give back as well. You know, some of the folks that are coming here are being mindful and wanting to make good choices and give back to the land. So that's really cool to see too. Now, let's go back to the air travel, because one of our good friends here at Living 808, we've been talking about them for the last few weeks, of course, tripping with Alaska Airlines. Mikey just got back from San Francisco, but Alaska Airlines has really exciting things on the horizon.
They do, and they have been an industry leader in sustainability for a while. And they've disclosed essentially we're going to be zero net emission by 2040, which is just over a decade and a half away. You know, talking to Daniel, he said, kind of admitted, they burn through some billion gallons of jet fuel a year, and that's a lot of carbon emissions. So to hear them make such a commitment and then actually map out how they're going to do it is really exciting.
Yeah, and let's hear a little bit about what they're mapping out. So what inspired Alaska Airlines to be the leader in sustainable aviation?
Yeah, you know, Alaska has always been about doing the right thing. It's a core value of our company. And when you consider that we fly to some of the most beautiful places in the world, but we burn almost 1 billion gallons of fuel every year to get people to and from those places, we just got to do that more sustainably.
1 billion gallons of jet fuel. I mean, that just boggles the mind to think about. So what are some of those steps you're taking to reduce your overall carbon emissions?
Yeah, about 99% of our core climate impact is created by our use of jet fuel. And we are focused on reducing it by upgrading our fleets, continuing to improve and update our operations, using more sustainable fuels, and innovating for the future.
So Alaska Airlines is really a trailblazer in using sustainable aviation fuel. Do you want to talk a bit about the challenges you're running into?
Yeah, well, we need SAF to be commercially viable, right? So cost and scale right now are the biggest challenges to shift the market toward cleaner fuels. Making it available at a commercially viable cost and scale requires change on several fronts, from passing legislation to bringing new forms of SAF to market from a variety of feedstock sources.
And speaking of, there is a local company, Aloha Carbon, that's working to develop that market here in Hawaii.
See, it's so cool to see the big changes that Alaska's already made to become more eco-friendly, and I'm excited to see the future innovation that gets them to that really big goal.
Yeah, and they're not alone. Others will be following suit, and in fact, we saw one company that has proposed an aircraft they're calling the Sea Glider, all electric, skimming across the ocean between the islands.
Yeah, and that's something that it sounds like is just a few years away, so very exciting. And if you want to learn more about what the near future holds for tourism and travel to and from our islands, make sure you tune in tonight to another episode of Empowered Hawaii. It's airing at 9:30 p.m. right here on KHON2. But thanks so much, Jeff, for joining us to talk all about it.
Yeah, great to be here, Kelly.
Yeah, and I'm excited for folks to really be inspired, and maybe even some businesses to be inspired by some of the stories that we hear tonight.
Exactly.